We are assembling the Santa snow globe box card. So I do have all my pieces laid out. And these pieces are tall. They're not super tall, but they are tall. I'm going to grab my ruler. Take a look at this. So they are, this tree is 7 inches tall. So I went ahead and cut it in the blue so that I can layer the brown and then the green just to give it more stability. I want to make sure that it's not flopping over. Okay, so do make sure that you use a heavyweight cardstock for these pieces because they are a little bit taller, okay? This particular card, when finished, is an A7, so that's a 5x7. It's a standard size for mailing. And I'm going to start with my tree so that I can let this dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to slide it here under my mat to help prevent it from curling. So this is the first one I've done. I'm just going to slide this under here. Let the weight of my mat keep that flat. Look at the tree next. I wanted to make having ornaments on the tree easier, so I designed this with a piece in the back so that you don't have to place all these small circles. And to save on paper, only the top one is the full shape of the tree. This one. So you just want to layer these. If you wanted yours to be different colors, you could just cut paper to put behind there if you wanted. Or you can have each layer have a different color. So you don't want to overdo your glue. You don't want your pieces curling. And you don't want your glue squirting all over the place. I just make sure I get glue around each hole for these pieces so that I know that it's holding in that spot. And now I'm going to pull my tree back out, and I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces in place so that it can dry with everything on it. And you start with the bottom and work to the top layer. I did these as box cards because I know that there are several of you who prefer the box card style over the pop-up, although admittedly that is my favorite design. I love the pop-up. It gives me a little more freedom with the creativity because I don't have to worry about how things are connecting to the side. It just has to connect to the bottom. There we go. And this is pretty sturdy, so I don't think we have to worry about that flopping over. If your base card is not heavyweight enough, then your tree will fold here at the trunk. So if you need to reinforce it, just cut inside these perforations and reinforce your base if you need to. And now I'm going to put my Santa together. There we go. And there's just this rectangle that goes here behind his eyes. And then his face lines up here to the edges. You see how that just fits right on there. Let's go ahead and stick this on. And then I would suggest just laying your pieces out first before you just start gluing, to make sure what order you feel you should put things on in. I think that looks pretty good. Looks like I didn't clean up this piece too good before I glued that down. I wish I would have noticed that first. Okay, so I'm going to start with his beard, I think. You want to take that right up to where it's meeting edge to edge. And then we have the fur to his hat. And he has a mustache, and I think I would like to pop that. Grab some scissors. I have to cut this because it's too wide. I'm going to place a dot of glue right on there. Oh, he looks kind of funny with his mustache popped up. I'm gonna undo this. I don't like it. It almost makes it look like a snout. No, I don't have to worry about that because I'll be gluing that back down. There we go. That's better. His other glove. And then I'm just going to put a touch of glue here for his eyebrow. This is just the pin to my bottle in case you're wondering what I'm using. It's a little bit sticky from being in the bottle. And then we have the fur lining for his jacket. Okay, so that's our Santa. And this is our so if you are using a darker color base, you can just cut 2 of these to put on the back so that you have a light colored place that you can write. You can do it in white, blue. So you would just cut 2 of these so that you would have that on the back. And the snowflakes, we're just going to line up about like that. These I think I can use a little foam dot for. I'm just cutting a small square to put right in the center. a small one right under this. There we go. Okay. Now we will insert our pieces. So I've got my tree here. So we're going to do this how I've done all my other box cards. You're going to go ahead and fold it on the score line, but then open it up flat, and you lay it right up here against the edge, and then we fold this over to it, and that glues it here to the side. And then fold that back. Fold your next piece on the score lines. We're going to go through the same process, except this time we're laying it flush here on this first insert. Make sure it's stuck. Then we're going to fold these pieces over. And the tree is shaped a little weird, so it's hard to go from side to side. So just hold it up like this. And we're going to put glue just on the tabs. You want to make sure that you don't have too much glue. You don't want it to seep behind and glue the piece in front of it. So with it like this and your tabs folded down, we're going to glue it here to the opposite side. And now you can see that it is stuck there. So now we're going to close it up. And you'll want to fold it both ways just to train your paper. And now we're going to finish this off. And I am going to do a little bit of inking here just to help distinguish this color. Use a darker one, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that, just center it here on this piece, about like this. I do need to find a darker ink. That's not dark enough. Give me just a second here to look at my box. See what I've got handy. I'll just lightly use my black just to help this piece stand out. I would have preferred a dark blue, but I don't want to take too much time looking for that. So I'm just going to put some glue here on this piece because this hangs over. You just kind of want to eyeball that. And then the top of this, the width is the same. No, it's not. I fibbed. Well, I'm going to fix that. So the top of this will be the same width as the base, and you just want to glue that right on. Oh, let's go ahead and put our snow on. And then I'm going to apply the glue to this piece. And there it is. Oops, because I popped up my snowflake, it's getting caught on my tree. And that is the Santa snow globe box card. Oh, this piece here, we're not quite done. This piece goes just right there. And that is finished. So it doesn't take too long, and it's a super cute card. Thank you for joining me.